If you were expecting Jigsaw to be the antagonist of this movie, then you're gonna be a little bit disappointed. Welcome back, guys. I just watched a movie called 12 Feet Deep. No, it is not a ripoff of 47 Meters Down because there's no sharks in this movie and it takes place at a public pool. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys this up front because Tobin Bell was in the trailer, but he is literally in the movie for 10 minutes. And that was kind of disappointing to me because having him in the trailer kind of told me that it was like, hey, you know, he might be the antagonist, but he's not. He's actually a pool manager in this one. So the movie is about these two sisters who are at a public pool. They're swimming, whatnot. They're bickering about stuff here and there. And then out of nowhere, one of them loses their engagement ring and it's 12 feet down under in the pool, hence the title. They both try to go get it, and at the same time the pool manager is like, yo, it's holiday season, I want to get out of here as soon as possible, so you know, chop chop, get out. So whenever Bree notices that her ring is like at the very bottom of the pool, her sister also goes with her to try to retrieve it, and at the same time the pool manager looks out to make sure that nobody's there. He's like, you know what, fuck it, I'm leaving. He closes the pool and the tarp just comes over and like leaves him there stranded underwater. Now I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this movie took some courage to make because that's a pretty simple story and kind of far-fetched, because it made me think like, how the hell do two people get trapped under the pool? Like, that's just crazy. But after watching like the very beginning and how they got trapped, I feel like it's possible. And I think somewhere I read that it was a true story, and I could not find any information about any true story linking to this movie. Now, if you guys didn't want to watch this movie, or you kind of stopped watching the movie halfway or like after they got trapped, then I kind of understand, because the story is pretty simple, and you know, it does take courage to make a movie about this. Like, how are they gonna like make an entire movie of these two girls being trapped? And honestly, after watching this movie, all I can say is that it's not terrible. So after they're trapped in the water for a while, you know, they're freaking out. They have like this much headspace, and a sadistic employee comes back to like make things worse for them. Like, she's not there to help at all, but it does help the story develop even more for the two girls. Now, what kept me interested in the movie was Claire and Bree, because they really didn't see eye to eye. They were like the complete opposites. They had daddy issues, and they had so many things going on in their life that they just didn't like about each other. And at the same time, they were trapped, and you know, they didn't know how to agree on some way of like helping each other to get out of the situation. But with that, you get more exposition into their backstories, you know, about their dad, which was pretty touching, and I felt like really bad for them. But it helps the story because you feel a connection to these two characters. Now, the acting was actually pretty good. I really enjoyed Nora Noon and Alexandra Park. I still wished I would have seen a little bit more of Tobin Bell though. The visuals of the movie actually looked pretty good. I really liked it. It made it look pretty real, and also the shots that were shot underwater were pretty cool. It actually made me want to go swimming, and even the claustrophobic environment of the entire pool felt pretty real to me. Now, as far as building tension and suspense, I really didn't feel it as much, because even though the antagonist was trying to like push them to the limit, you know, freaking them out with her request, it just really didn't get to me. Now, just the idea of the two girls being trapped there, or me being trapped underwater like with this much headspace, it does freak me out a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Actually, the antagonist in the movie was pretty good. I really liked her. It just made me want to scream at her, because like she just comes out of nowhere and like demands things from them, and it's just like, why? In the end, guys, this movie, I feel like it could have been a whole lot worse, because honestly, I looked at the trailer and I was just like, what are they gonna do underwater for the remainder of the movie? Like, what's gonna happen, you know? And I feel like they filled in like those little like segments pretty well with the backstory of the two sisters. I mean, in the end, it did make me want to be cautious of like pool closing times, because I do not want to be in that situation. The movie itself is not a terrible watch, but at the same time, I feel like there was not a whole lot for me to get attached to. And at the same time, what really kept me going in this movie was how simple the story was, and how the relationship between the two sisters worked really well. And that makes up a whole lot for the movie itself. So I'm going to give this movie a 2.8 out of 5. So if you guys have any crazy pool stories to tell me, because it's summer and you know a lot of us are going to be out in the pool, go ahead and leave them down in the comments, and I'll choose like the best ones and I'll pin them so everybody can see them at the top. I luckily got a pre-screening to go watch Baby Driver, so I'm really looking forward to that, and I can't wait to review it. So make sure to like subscribe and like check that out tomorrow. But guys, if you guys are new to my channel, please subscribe and hit the little bell at the bottom. If you guys like this review and you want to share it to another friend, you know, maybe they want to check out this movie, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and share it with them. But as always, guys, stay tuned.